Vu que ça me fait cacailler, I'm going to be filming this from this particular small room. Um, I don't call this the funny papers for nothing, right? Black press seems to be a supporter of Ross. Um, One noticeable exchange came when attendees of the Terrace All Candidates Forum lambasted Ross for showing up late to the event. I criticized them for wanting to finish early for the event. Another came when audience members at the Houston All Candidates Forum confronted Bacra on his views and voting record regarding firearm regulations. Now, now if you're pro firearm and you use all these excuses of things you barely do in your life, there's something a little bit wrong with you. You should just vote conservative and not attack people that consider the larger picture of weapons in our communities. And again, oh, wait. There was no mention of this particular guy right now who's doing his caca. And it seems to come more comfortably as I am reading this fake funny paper, Northern View, for May 8th, 2025. But I expected to get something from the Prince Rupert audience member, but there's nothing. And I think I criticize more like Tom Barker for not letting me ask my question, but I also criticize in vlogs the three candidates present not fighting for my voice to be heard, right? And not enough of the audience doing it either, right? And the ones that did, they just did "ah," and that's it. So again, you get the nonsense that you deserve as candidates. The election marks the end of the campaign that began March 23rd and which was quickly hit with the major issue of American President Donald Trump's tariff war declaration against Canada and the rest of the world. So, you know who says tariff war and who makes it a priority even during Earth Day? It is capitalists, and you guys, you don't know anything else to be but capitalists, and that's pretty much every party. So unfortunately, no matter who comes in as a candidate, they're all like you, capitalists, and the only difference is the ability to implement mitigation ventures so that your kids and grandkids don't suffer as much as they need to. Depends on how quickly or slowly it'll happen, but it's coming, and it's coming at an accelerating rate. And if you have conservatives, it'll be worse for your kids and grandkids than if you had, let's say, Green Party or NDP. If you have liberal, and liberal is strong in the sense of being united among themselves and wanting to collaborate with other parties in as transparent as possible, then that's better for your kids and grandkids. But what you seem to choose as rednecks, and again, I'll define that as those who are proud of their self-serving strategic ignorance at the expense of their kids and grandkids, is unfortunately you're choosing more and more candidates who promote misinformation about, let's say, what the priorities are, because it's not a tariff war. You just need a couple of people on this in Canada, a tariff war as you call it, and Carney is probably the best. The rest of you guys should be preparing for increasing fires, likelihood of earthquakes on the West Coast, increasing drug addiction without appropriate recovery systems of care, mental illness, what's happening in the Arctic that most of you guys are not aware of is going to be it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable, the viruses and pathogens that'll come out of there and how it'll affect us. And of course, every country will be busy fighting their own climate extreme catastrophes and won't be able to help each other that much. And you are, even if you're kind of recruiting more volunteers in certain things, I don't see them as having the nerve without taking drugs on the job to be able to do it, because they're They have pathologies that aren't addressed properly because of your lack of those kind of caregiving systems. But they're not going to be more competent. They're going to die or not die, but not do a good job. And all of these things will be increased when people just talk about money moving around. Money doesn't bring quality. Letting a guy ask a question that is more challenging and that is outside the norm of terrorist wars would have shown that you care a little bit about quality and not business as usual.